make a quick video for y'all. First of all, before I start the video, I'm gonna say, hey, if anybody follows me on IG and I don't follow you back, leave your username or whatever you want to call it and a comment on this, and I'll go back and I'll follow y'all. At least, you know what I'm saying? So now we got that out the way. The topic of this video is going to be dyno tuning versus street tuning. What's the differences and what I prefer. And I'm going to try to make this video short and sweet. For me, well, put it like this. I'll do it like this. If I had a dyno, right? And if I had a dyno, I could go over, and this top column is throttle percent. So you got zero, pretty much 0 to 100 throttle percentage, and then on the left column you have RPM. So at any point in time to make a L, 16%, and at this number is how much fuel the ECU is going to add to get to the desired air-fuel ratio. And of course, this is all adjustable, so you can make any changes yourself to make it do whatever you want. Now, on a dyno, I could go from 16, look at a 16% throttle, and then do a run from 16% throttle all the way down from whatever the starting point, let's say 1,000 RPMs, all the way to red line. And I can make those changes, make sure the airfoils are good, and I can go up to 19%. Make a run all the way to red line. Make my changes, go to 23, all the way to red line. Excuse me. So I can have this whole bike mapped out pretty soon. Like it won't take long in the dyno. You can have the whole bike mapped out. Now, street tuning, since we have a data logging system on our bikes that comes with the Willis software, every time I ride, I'm gonna hit certain portions of the map. And it's pretty much gonna go just like this. It's gonna go over and go down because I'm not gonna be at 100% throttle at 1800 RPM. I'm never gonna touch a lot of this portion of the map. So I really don't care about what this map is. Yes, I can make changes to it. I'm never gonna touch it. I don't care what it says. But everything else, I'm gonna come over, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go like this. And now I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. As soon as I find my mouse, there it goes. Now, at 12% throttle, I'm not gonna be at 14,000 RPMs. That's why I said me riding this bike, it's gonna go like this. I'm not gonna be at 100% throttle at 200 or 2,000 RPMs, and I'm not gonna be at 12% throttle at 14,000 RPMs. So this portion matters. So every time I ride, I'm gonna hit most of these cells. I can go and make changes to these cells every time I ride. Now, here's the big difference. On a dyno, let me go back to this bike. On a dyno, you have fans blowing on the front of the bike to keep it cool. The main thing is, most new age bikes come with some type of a ram air system. ZX10s and R1s are in the front. I know the boosters, they kind of go around and go into the air box. But pretty much all new bikes have some type of a ram air system. On a dyno, this ambient air that we have here, yes, that's air, but the engine is gonna consume that air, but it's not gonna be right. So pretty much, it's like putting a sock on in front of your mouth, or putting a sock in your mouth and then trying to breathe through it, and then trying to make the changes accordingly. It's not gonna work out. Even though I might be on a dyno and I get this all tuned up, and let's just use a number for example. This isn't what I tuned to, but we're just gonna use a number. Let's use 13.5. If I go on a dyno and I tune this bike to run 13.5 consistent across the board, the whole 100% throttle column, and I go out on the street and I do a 1st through 6th whole race like normal, I go back and look at my logs, I'm not gonna be at 13.5. I'm gonna be in the 14s, I'm sure. And that's because the engine can only consume what air it has. The engine can make horsepower. It's just an air pump. So the more air that is available to work at its efficiency, the more power it's gonna make. So the air that's in a dyno room with that little fan on it is only gonna be so much air that the engine can use. So the engine's only gonna be able to breathe so hard in the dyno room. On the street, we have a whole bunch of more air that is available to it. And if it has the means to consume that air, it's gonna consume it. It's gonna bring the air in. Now you gotta think, you only gave it so much fuel, so your air fuel ratio is gonna be off. So if you dyno tune this bike to, like I said, 13.5, you go out in the street and do a whole race, you're gonna be in the 14s, I'm sure, which is, as y'all know, that's dangerous. So that's the thing about dyno tuning. Now, a good tuner is gonna know to not run it at the ragged edge of AFR on a dyno and send you on your way, even though a lot of dyno tuners do that. I told y'all my Honda was tuned. All I did was add I was there. I seen it. I know what it was tuned to. On a dyno, I go out the street and it wouldn't pull past 172. I added fuel. Boom, it worked. And then I put a data logging system on it and I could actually see what it was doing. And it was still late. I had to add more fuel. Same with us. I said in the earlier video, Tiger's bike. His bike was tuned perfect on the dyno to the ragged edge. We took it on the street. It wouldn't pull past 172. We went and added fuel in the 100% throttle column, and boom, it ran just like it does. So the reason I'm saying that is I don't care about dyno tuning. I really don't. What as I was saying over here, you're not gonna hit every portion of this map normally riding. You're just not. You're gonna hit, it's gonna go over, go down, and then come back over like this. If I'm not gonna hit those cells, I don't care what it says. When I'm actually on this bike, the AFRs, while I'm riding, are what I want it to be, which is what matters. So I don't care about dyno tuning. Me hitting the cells that I need while I'm racing and tuning it for that is the perfect way to do it. Now, as a result, I have a bunch of people saying, hey, how much horsepower does your bike make? I don't know. I tell everybody it makes 180 horsepower. I've never put it on a dyno. I don't care what it makes on a dyno. For what we're doing, I'm not comparing my numbers to anybody else's. I'm comparing our races, or I'm comparing something else to get a baseline for how my bike is doing. So that's pretty much the difference. I don't care about dyno tuning. Most good tuners these days don't use the dyno. If they do, it's to make a base map. So let's just say let's say I build a motor on this bike and I go with some 1050cc, high compression, head, cam, all that. If I need to make a base map real quick, I'm gonna go and put this bike on a dyno and I'm gonna set up the idle, the low throttle stuff, and the transitioning over to the main portion. And then, if it was me, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just add a bunch of fuel on this side because you want to be safe. I'm gonna add fuel all the way down, and then I'm gonna go ride that bike, and then I'm gonna make my necessary changes because as I ride it, I told y'all you're gonna hit certain cells as you ride anyway. So that would be the ideal way to do it. You'll make a base map. You would kind of get this pretty close, add a bunch of fuel on this side, go ride it, lean it out to wherever you need it, and then you would have an ideal map to be safe. So you could do both. You could dyno tune it, then street tune later to get like more portions. But the reason why I said that dyno is useless is just because you're never going to hit certain portions of the map. So I'm never going to put my bike on a dyno. So I guess with that, that's pretty much a good explanation of the two. Enjoy the video and holler at y'all later. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have some more content coming for y'all soon, definitely. I'm gonna try to even start adding more stuff that doesn't have to all be bike related. I'm gonna just kind of bring more content to the channel, give y'all something to watch and listen to. So now with that, peace.
Hit it really sore. Shit, I mean, boy, don't get too close to me. I mean, boy, you can get your worst from me. I mean, boy, you niggas wanna see first 48 rare form. Come and get a verse from me. I mean, boy, I need to buy a hearse from me. I mean, boy, nigga, what it's worth to me. I mean, boy, whole world fuck to me. I mean, world is ended done, living safe times. My opinion so offensive, not forgiving, just forgetting your ambition, nigga. Listen, sense is cheap. Pay attention.